Welcome to The Ground Up, the podcast from Granwell, Yorkshire. I'm James Kirk, and today we're going to be discussing the importance of cervical screening with Mandy Reeve. So Mandy, could you talk a little bit about the cervical screening process and why it is so important?
Cervical screening checks for the HPV virus, which can cause changes to cervical cells. It's not a cancer test, it's a way to prevent cancer before it starts by picking up changes before they become serious. It's important because cervical cancer is one of the few cancers we can actually prevent. By attending screening, you're giving yourself the best chance to stay healthy. Most results come back normal, but for those that don't, it allows doctors to act early, often before anything turns into cancer.
It is amazing that we've got this sort of like technology and the process there that can actually help prevent cancer, and it's great that we've got that available to most people. So how does cervical screening help prevent cervical cancer?
So, cervical screening looks for high-risk types of HPV that can sometimes cause changes to the cells of the cervix. If these changes are found early, they can be treated quickly and easily before they have a chance to develop into cancer. So it's like an early warning system, spotting anything unusual long before it becomes a problem. Because of screening, cervical cancer rates have fallen dramatically over the last few decades. It's one of our best success stories in women's health.
So it's great, like obviously the numbers have dramatically decreased, and obviously the cervical screening has been a major part of that. So who is invited for cervical screening in the UK, and how often should it be done?
People with a cervix between the ages of 25 and 64 are invited, and it used to be every 3 years that you had a screen, but from July of this year it changes to 5 years. So people that have the test this year, then the next test will be in 5 years. It changes after the test that they're having now. And invitations come from GP practices and includes trans men, non-binary and intersex people with a cervix are also eligible.
Okay, so I picked up from that though is it's changed from 3 years that everyone's getting screened, the screen taking place, to 5 years. What's brought about that change?
What's brought about that change is the fact that now they're giving out a vaccine, which is an HPV vaccine, and it's given to children in high school from about the age of 12 to 14. This was brought in 2008, and what they've found is that the cervical screening with those people has come down. The cervical cancer rates, have come down. So now the cervical screening can be extended from 3 years to 5 years.
It's fantastic, and I'm guessing it's really important though that people still get that screening every 5 years and making sure that it's regular.
Oh yeah, even if you've had an HPV vaccine, it's still vital that you go every 3 years, as it was, and now every 5 years for your screening, just to make sure that everything's okay. Absolutely.
And it kind of it's good that people just kind of give each other reminders as well, like every few years, like if people are a bit more open about talking about it. They're just kind of like, oh, when's the last time you had your cervical screening? I think just kind of a bit of advice, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And encouraging
the more
people
talk about it, the better it becomes.
So moving on from that a little bit, it kind of moves into the next question. So what are some of the barriers to people accessing cervical screening?
Right, it's broke down into different categories. So you've got your emotional barriers, which is fear or pain of results, embarrassment, previous trauma and anxiety. Then you get into your practical barriers, such as language difficulties, lack of awareness about it, childcare issues, work commitments and transport. There's also cultural and religious barriers, such as taboos about intimate health, modesty concerns, family attitudes about cervical screening, and a concern about it being a male practitioner. There's also system barriers such as immigration concerns, not registered with a GP, difficulty navigating the NHS, and previous negative experience. Many people just need reassurance and support in a safe space to talk. That's why community conversations are so powerful. When people can talk openly in their own language with someone they trust, it can make a huge difference.
So that's is obviously some of the barriers and some things that people can kind of do, especially as communities, to kind of overcome some of those barriers. So you're running as part of Groundwork Yorkshire, leading a project in Wakefield on cervical screening. Can you just tell me a little bit more about that project? Like, what's its name? What are you actually doing?
Yeah, so it's called In This Together, and it's a community project which is focused on raising awareness and building confidence around cervical screening, particularly for women and people with a cervix from marginalised or underserved groups. We work closely with community organisations, faith groups and local charities to bring the conversation into safe, familiar places like community centres, support groups, women's circles, refuges for domestic violence, and we've also attended Next Distribution where we've supported employees there as well. We deliver sessions that are informal and supportive, helping people understand what happens at a screening, why it's important and where they can get help. Our goal is straightforward. No one should miss the cervical screening due to fear, misunderstanding or lack of support.
So that's an amazing project that Groundwork are carrying out, and it's got so many like positive benefits. So what's you been on these so the community groups? What sort of misconceptions or myths have people like talked about cervical screening, and how have you kind of overcome those in that project?
Yeah, we've come across various different myths that are quite common, such as it's only for sexual active people, it's painful, or the HPV vaccine means you don't need it. If I only have one partner, I don't need to have a cervical screen because I'm not at risk. So what we have to do, we challenge these myths with facts, with empathy and real experience that normalises the conversation, and we overcome these by sharing real experience with clear information and reassuring people that there's no real shame in asking questions. So basically we bust myths with facts and empathy, and it's about giving people the choice and confidence.
That's amazing that that's starting to happen. Obviously, like, what advice could you give to someone if they were trying to encourage them to have a cervical screening?
Yeah, what we'd probably say is you can talk to your GP practice beforehand and sort of set the scene. You can ask for a female nurse to carry out the screen. You can also ask for extra time, so you can book a double appointment, especially if you're anxious. You can take someone with you and they can be with you throughout the cervical screen, and let the nurse know how you're feeling, and then they can take it at your pace then. Remember, it's your appointment, you're in control. You can also ask for a smaller speculum if you've had a bad experience last time where they used a larger one and it hurt. You can ask for a smaller speculum. Sometimes just having these facts and knowing what to expect helps reduce anxiety. Remember, you're in control, take your time, ask for what you need, and know it's okay to be nervous.
I suppose it's good to always know kind of what the expectations are, and know that actually you have got some choices in it is your own body at the end of the day, and that you can ask for those sort of things. So someone again might be on the wanting to go for one, but just still still a bit nervous. So what benefits could having a cervical screening have?
Yeah, absolutely. The biggest benefit is prevention. Screening saves thousands of lives each year by catching changes early. It's quick, simple, and it gives a peace of mind that you're taking care of your own health. So just remember, screening saves lives. It's a small test with a huge impact, and we're lucky to have a test for cervical screening because not everything that causes cancer is screened at present.
Oh, I've learned some stuff here. Have you got any like websites or anywhere that people can look if they want further information?
Yeah, we're on most of the social media platforms. We're on Facebook, In This Together Wakefield, Instagram, In This Together Wakefield, and we're also on TikTok as well. You can also contact us on our mobile and email addresses, which is on all our leaflets that we hand out.
Oh, fantastic. And like, you're doing some amazing work here. And hopefully, with the work you're doing as well, people's attitudes start to change, and people's that awareness it starts to be shared out. I think one of the things, especially in the past with dementia and menopause, they were taboo subjects, and I think people's attitudes are starting to change. I don't know if you're seeing that.
Yeah, I think in difference to menopause, I think it'll take a bit more time with cervical screening because it's an intimate procedure, and I think it'll take a lot more support and conversation to get that more open and out into the wider circle as such, to be quite honest.
Oh, but you're all doing a great job
The
with
key
raising
thing
awareness.
is to keep talking about it. That's the best thing. Keep talking and having those conversations.
Oh, fantastic. And well, thank you for coming today and discussing those with us. And I've been James Kirk and you've been Mandy Reeve.
Yeah, thank you for having me.